What's good, everybody? It's Mr. Composition, the MC that writes fiction, back at it with another video. So I saw this topic, and this is from I'll Do It Myself. But I was actually thinking about it prior when I saw the news about Jay-Z's casino and it getting denied, and I was just all like, wait, Nas just got like all of this love for what he was doing and his, uh, business deal as far as bringing the casino. And so I'm glad that homie did this. I'm not sure exactly where he's gonna go with it, but I want to see what he's gonna say, and then I'll have my thoughts on what he's saying as well as my own thoughts in regards to this. Because if you're a hip hop head, then you know the back and forth with Nas and Jay-Z that goes beyond just music. It always seems when Nas does something randomly, Jay-Z is not far behind, which actually surprised me because if we would have seen Jay-Z like lock in with a producer and do something similar to Nas and the King's Disease series trilogy and the Magic trilogy. And I'm trying to think who he could lock in with like that because it was just like that, collaboration between Hit Boy and Nas was just divine. You know what I mean? And so I'm like, man, who would Jay-Z link up with if he were to do something like that? But yeah, there's always been some sly random ish that Jay-Z's been doing. And I seen somebody break down why, this whole thing with Jay-Z's weird and how he has a habit of just doing things that appears to be for the quote unquote greater good, but it really just supports him. And it's like people don't feel that same with Nas. And my personal opinion is because I feel like Nas is genuine. Even though there's still business to be had. Nas is usually chill and quiet with a lot of his stuff, and it's just interesting. But let's go ahead and check this out.
What's poppin', y'all? Welcome back to I Do It Myself. It's
What
Friday,
up?
grind day. Put that bread to the side. I hope y'all had a
Yeah,
good week. If you like what it is that we do over here, though, hit that sub button, hit them likes, and hit that
sub
hype.
dub dub.
Today, we are talking about casinos. Casinos. But
Casino
it's a little
Royale.
bit of a different conversation when it comes to casinos because these casinos involve Jay-Z and Nas. Now, we all know that Jay and Nas have had a feud that spanned it over 23 years ago. That's dead today. You know what I mean? They ain't had no problems in a long time. But who would have thought we'd be here today after hearing bars like this?
Yes, y'all. See that he's fake, the rap version of TD Jakes, prophesizing on your CDs and tapes. Won't break you a crumb of the little bit that he makes. And this is with whom you want to place your faith.
Yeah, man, they was talking greasy. Nas was talking greasy too, though.
At home with mama, she was getting old and sick, so I stayed beside her. We had the best time. She asked would I make more songs. I told her not till I see her health get more strong. In the middle of that, Jay tried to sneak attack, assassinate my character, degrade my hood. Cause in order for him to be the Don, Nas had to go. The Gambino rules I understood, which I once see I already had. The gift and the curse, this shit, both the first shall be last. I'm the man's man, a rapper's rapper, G-O-D, S-O-N, there'll be none after. I was Scarface, Jay was Manolo. It hurt me when I had to kill him and his whole squad for Dolo.
Classic records right there. Now, they both, well, specifically Jay, right, had put in a bid to do a casino in Times Square. Him and Roc Nation, SL Green Corporation, and a few others
Yeah.
came together to build this casino in Times Square. Now, I'm not going to sit here and act like I'm well versed enough in that line of business to know that if it would boost the economy, if it helps or hurts, right? But if,
So what I had seen on that is somebody was breaking down, and that's what was so crazy because I'm just saw like, okay, wouldn't it be the same with Nas's? But they was breaking down what Jay-Z was presenting and stating, and they're just all like, nah, you would have to keep on making casinos, and the it's like you're not gonna have like regular, even though it's just all like, yeah, Times Square, there's always rotating people because it's a high traffic, high foreign, high, vacation, tourist spot. So, that aspects make sense, but they're just all like, it would do more harm than good in the long run. And they would have to like I said, they would have to continue making casinos, thus closing down other things, thus doing all this stuff, and it ends up not being worth it. But like I said, I'm not sure why that same logic wasn't in regards to Nas. And if you know, definitely let me know in the comments. I think that it might have been location and also everything that Nas was, presenting with it, if I'm not mistaken. So but yeah, once I heard that Jay-Z had got denied, I instantly thought, wait, Nas is got like it got so much praise for it. Like it was just all like generational wealth, da 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 da, and all this praise and I'd say that's completely deserved. But it was interesting, just there wasn't the same dialogue. I didn't see no breakdown like I did with the whole Jay-Z casino thing. So it was
Plus,
interesting.
online, it's always meted with the, oh, Jay's just trying to line his pockets. Jay's just trying to get money. Jay's just
Yeah, that's
trying to,
what.
be a capitalist, all these different things. And it was denied. But this is Jay, when he was first talking about it. And we seen this video a couple of months ago.
Thank you. As you can tell by Dez's accent, she's from the Bronx. I'm from Brooklyn. This is what New York really looks like, the programs and things that we've done, and not to highlight what we would like to do with the casino, but something we've been doing 21 years with the scholarship, the job fair. We're 6 years into reform. These are things that we do naturally because it's who we are. So the alignment with Caesars and SL Green, it was important for us that these things are included. Obviously I came up through sports and entertainment, sports too. I built my career around entertainment and culture. And again, a homegrown talent from Brooklyn in the Bronx. And, the things that he's built within New York. And then Times Square being the perfect place for us. I think that.
Now, I think a lot of the backlash also came from, the story of the Barclays Center and how the Barclays Center was forcing residents out of that area, in Brooklyn to move in order for the Barclays Center to be built. I can't honestly say that I have a problem with the Barclays Center. I've experienced a lot of great moments going there for concerts, basketball games, and different events, right? So again, I'm not a person that's in the space of arena building and how it builds the economy or how many jobs it stimulates. I do know that, the Barclays Center was a space that when it first opened, a lot of people got jobs there. Neither here nor there. But I want to go back to how Jay-Z feels regarding Nas and vice versa, all because, there's a narrative that's always been put out there that regardless to them not doing music, well, the way they used to, and them now transitioning to being businessmen, that Jay-Z has always tried to step on Nas in some sort of way.
Yeah,
but this
that's
is
what
Jay
I'm
when he was
saying.
on the Breakfast Club talking about his feud with Nas.
The fan, is it ever awkward when you're in a room with Nas? Because that Ether takeover beef with y'all wasn't light.
It was disrespectful.
Yeah, it was it was a time, and it was a moment in time that was a great moment for hip hop. But for us, we really have a good relationship. We laugh. We don't even, that thing is so far past, and I understand why, even today, that thing is, I guess it's 11 years old, maybe longer, and like people still fascinated with it, but it's so far removed. It's so far in the background that we're not awkward around each other at all.
I say the great thing about it is it didn't destroy either one of your careers. Like sometimes when
No, it
happens,
helped Nas.
No, it did help him at that
Resurrected
time.
Nas.
But for both of you, it's not like, okay, now this guy just destroyed me, because that happens sometimes with beef. But you guys both were successful still after that. You even more so.
Yeah, you heard a lot of careers. That's what she wants to say.
rap is competitive. You know, it's competitive sport. Each time I went out, I put my career on the line as well. You know, like that. You know, it could have happened to me. You know,
heard Prodigy.
and everybody wanted it to happen. Like,
Yep.
they did. It was a time where it was like, please let this guy go away.
Rap is competitive, and now this shit, you know what I mean? The rappers, well, not all of them, but a lot of the rappers then turned to businessmen. And, you know, the things that we're comparing are not, you know, who's the toughest in the street no more or who's the realest. It's about who making the more money. Like, you know how people like to talk about? People like to watch pockets and all that shit and talk about who making the more money, who's making the bigger things happen, who's going. But as we can see, you know, the casino that the Caesars and Jay-Z and SL Green Corp and all that was trying to put together, it got denied. And when it got denied, it's interesting. It's interesting because let's go through some of the reasons why it got denied, right? So it says that, you know, a state.
Before we get into that, this video is sponsored by me. Hey, if you want to dive into new music, I have a catalog. Yeah, these are not singles. These are albums. But more recently this year, I did release an album called Tame Chaos. So you can listen, stream, download, purchase, all of that in the link in the description. And just, you know, check it out because I want to see if people are actually seeing this and going to the site. So anyways, okay, so he's probably going to go into different things like that. But, you know, like now we know as far as everything, as far as with the whole Jay-Z thing. And if you want to watch this full video, I'll drop that. My whole thing was just mainly the whole Jay-Z versus Nas outside of music. So that's why this casino thing was so interesting because, and I don't know how many other times this has happened where this wasn't a leg up in Jay-Z's favor. Um, there's still, if I'm not mistaken, I want to say they're both billionaires. You know what I mean? Let me double check here. Part of me is just all like, I really wouldn't be surprised if at this point in this juncture in time, I really wouldn't be surprised if Nas's net worth is more than Jay-Z's. So let's see. Jay-Z, I want to say he's in the billions. Jay-Z's net worth. I want to say he's in the billies. Let's see. Come on. Come on. 2.6 billion. All right, so let's look at Nas's net worth. Nas's net worth. Nas commands an impressive 80 million in 2025. That's still good. And here's the Hinduism time. Nas beats Jay-Z in New York City casino battle amid Resort World project. Their net worth compared. That's so funny that it's like, Nas worth 75 million got NYC's approval for a 5 billion Queens casino expansion, outshining Jay-Z, whose 2.6 bid for a Times Square casino was rejected. What's interesting, let's see. So Jay-Z with a net worth of 2.6 billion famously failed in his attempt to buy a casino in Times Square. However, Nas with a net worth of around 75 million has the permit to carry out a 5 billion expansion plan for a casino in New York's Queens. The expansion, partly financed by Nas as a partner, will happen in collaboration with Resort World, a Las Vegas casino and hospitality franchise. So it's just interesting because it's all like this was, and it's not like either one of them cares as far as with the beef and everything like that. I just find it very, very interesting that they would be trying to do the same thing. Now, people could say it's because of where Jay-Z wanted it. Because if he was able to get it approved, I'm not saying. I mean, I feel like he would make a lot of money, but overall, over time, I don't think so. And so with him, and also I think Nas was putting it in a place to where I guess there would bring more attraction to Queens versus Times Square that's already a big spot. You know what I mean? So it's very, very interesting. It's very, very interesting. But let me know what y'all think about this. Do you even think it's anything really? Or do you find it interesting as well? Let me know in the comments. But hey, it's Mr. Composition MC that writes fiction. Back at it with another reaction. Make sure to like, subscribe, notification bells on so you don't miss when I drop a new video on the road to 10K. Make sure to check out the description for my music, books, comics, and more. All right, y'all. Peace.